Hello everyone, welcome to another video right here on Match Day Vibes. You know what we do, yeah. We are here to talk about the transfer window for this season, and sitting right here with me is my own boy, Myri Adia. What's up?
And I'm good. How far?
I'm okay. How was your weekend? The Premier League season, and even the last Premier League transfer deadline day was crazy for the Premier League this season.
Transfer deadline was massive, and this was like one of the craziest transfer we've had in recent time. It was crazy for almost everything, except one particular team, which I will not mention. It was crazy and it was interesting. I think every football fan enjoyed themselves in the transfer window because you don't want a situation where your team is not buying players and everybody else is buying players. So every team were fully involved in the transfer. So
and you know one beautiful thing about this transfer window, like everybody got the striker that they actually want.
Everybody got striker.
No excuse this season.
What happened last season? And it was like every top 6 team did not have a striker. Okay, of course, except Man City. But everybody just had to get a striker because I don't know what happened. What happened?
But now this season, everybody has one, so there's no excuse for anybody.
Why was Arsenal getting a striker in the first place when they had Havertz?
Havertz. And so thank God they did, because Havertz is injured already. So just
imagine why was Chelsea getting a striker when they had Nicholas Jackson, the Almighty?
No, I think Nicholas Jackson is a very good striker. It's just that he's not a good finisher.
But this guy has been doing well now. He finished last season with how many goals? Plus 10 goals.
Yeah, plus 10.
2 seasons plus 10 goals without penalty kick. So I think that's like a fair.
Looking at where Chelsea is going to this season, obviously now they're in the Champions League and they are moving for the title. Even if Maresca would want to tell you that they are not in the title race, you want a very, very clinical striker. Jackson misses
Jackson
a lot
wasn't good enough.
Yeah, he misses a lot of chances. Although he's good on the ball, he can hold the ball.
Why was Man U buying a striker? When they had what's that? My hoodlum.
Oilon.
I don't know. I thought it was
Oilon.
I just feel hoodlum. No matter how I crown that name, the first thing that comes to my mind is hoodlum. I just feel. So why was Man U buying a striker? They had Hoylund. They had what's this other boy's name?
With many hair.
Yeah, with many hair.
I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
I think Man U needed like a overhauling when it comes to the team. Even I feel Manchester United needs another midfielder than Fernandes.
But because of the system they play, you understand, they are playing in the likes of Bruno out of position.
Yeah.
When even Kobe Manu is there.
That's an Amorim, right? I think he's doing a lot. Maybe you might want to still excuse him because he has not yet, come together with his team. But I feel this season now is going to be a real test for him, and let's see what he can do about it.
All right, so let's go to Big Six now, right?
Yeah. So basically,
who are the Big Six? Who's the Premier League Big Six?
I think right on top of the list, is something that we cannot doubt. Is Manchester United obviously is number 1 on the list. I don't know why this guy they laugh. But Manchester United is like
okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Manchester
sorry.
United fans, you can agree with me. Yeah? Manchester United is like on top of the list right there.
Of the Big Six,
yes. Followed by Arsenal. Arsenal they always come second. So
we can't give them any other position but second.
Second FC. Arsenal fans, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have Chelsea, we have Tottenham, we have Manchester City. And we have obviously Liverpool, right?
So one question I have for you right now, talking about these Big Six, don't you think this is like the most fraudulent myth in football right now? Having the same team in the Big Six over time, but you notice that this same team, they have not been in the Big Six, like few of them. Okay, last season it was or the previous season it was Chelsea out of the Big Six, but we always added Chelsea to the Big Six.
Yeah.
Now it's Man U and Tottenham Hotspur on the Big Six, and you saw that they were very far. So are you not thinking we are doing injustice to the likes of Newcastle, to the likes of Aston Villa? You understand that have done well in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Don't you think we are doing injustice to them? Taking them out of the Big Six.
So Myri, personally for me, I feel the reason why the likes of Newcastle and Aston Villa and maybe the Brightons and the Crystal Palaces cannot get into the Big Six conversation is because of the inconsistency.
Okay.
Over the years, it has always been Man U, Chelsea. As if in the space of 3 seasons, they would always find themselves in that bracket. But the likes of Newcastle
Yeah.
and these guys, they've not really been consistent with staying
Staying
in.
on top.
Yeah, so I think that's why the
So
traditional Big Six.
how long do you get to stay on top before you'll be considered as
Regarded.
Big Six?
So I think the consideration will not be for you coming up. The consideration will be like expanding it, because there was a time it was Big Four or top four.
Yeah, it was top 4.
Yeah,
So you had to expand.
Yeah,
And
the
that top 4
inclusion.
then was Chelsea, Man U, even Man City was not there.
Man City was
Liverpool
not
and
there.
Arsenal. That was like the top 4.
Yeah. So if the likes of Newcastle and the rest
Man
becomes
City had to, that's Man City had to fix themselves in because
so
of
they could
previous
not
success.
remove any other person. So
Yeah, they
let's
had
just,
to
let's
add
just make it top 6.
So it becomes top 10.
Top 21.
All right. So
yeah, so Mary, there's something I want to read for you. Yeah, before we get into the story, it says Premier League clubs have splashed out more than ever before in the transfer window.
Yeah.
As spending this summer surpassed £3 billion. Like, that's so much money flying in the Premier League right now.
Definitely.
I think the Premier League, they are ready to dominate not just the league itself, but in
Champions
Europe,
League,
and the likes. It says a total of £2.73 billion had been spent by 31st of August. But big money deadline day deals, headlined by Alexander Isak move from Newcastle to Liverpool for a British record fee of £125 million, pushed the total to £3.087 billion. The spending was significantly more than last summer, when the outlay by the top flight teams was £1.96 billion. I think this season is
crazy.
this season is crazy because
do you know that the money they got Isak for was the whole spending of Real Madrid this summer.
You don't mean it?
Yeah, it was around the whole spending of Real Madrid this summer.
What?
Then let's not even talk about Barcelona. Barcelona is ranking with relegation teams on spending.
In terms of purchase,
in terms of spending, they just got a goalkeeper. So what is Premier League up to this season?
I think they want to dominate, absolutely, and I feel they can do it, seeing the kind of player that are coming into the league right now.
It's
so
massive.
Yeah.
Everybody's good player is coming to the Premier League.
Yes,
and I think La Liga is in a big mess right now. Yeah.
So let's get right into the transfer. So guys, we're going to be starting with Chelsea. We're going to be looking at some of the players that Chelsea brought in, and maybe just talk a little bit about them and just see how they would influence the team to do better and maybe to get titles for this season. So,
all right,
Barry, you would want to check the list and pick out your favorite signings for Chelsea this season.
So for Chelsea, going into this season or going into the break, Chelsea had some challenges.
Yeah.
So first of all, Chelsea had goalkeeping challenges. Like, they were always complaining about their goalkeeper, losing ball. Probably he wasn't good enough. Chelsea fan, you have to be the judge. But from what we could see, the goalkeeper was not good enough. So they had issues on the goalkeeping position. Then they had issues on their defense. You understand? People were also like, their defense wasn't good enough. Then their left back with Cucurella. Cucurella is one of the best in the world, we all know. But he needed a cover because the number of matches he played last season
for club and country
was massive. I don't know how that guy is still standing. I'm telling you.
And I think he played with Spain yesterday as well.
He played with Spain and he scored a goal yesterday. That guy is doing wonderfully well, but he needed a cover. You understand? Then Chelsea needed cover for midfield also, because
cover for midfield.
Yes, they needed cover for midfield because they had Caicedo and they had Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah.
But when Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez was not there, they did not have a very good cover. For midfield. So especially the defensive 4 position. So they needed a cover. Luckily for them, last season Caicedo played almost all the matches.
Yes.
Then of course they wanted to get a striker with Nicolas Jackson not firing very well clinically. So they needed to get a striker. So coming into the transfer window, first of all, for attacking position, they got some attackers which really impressed me. So they brought in Estavo Williams, which they have bought before. You understand? So they did not buy him this transfer window. They have gotten him before. You understand? So they brought him Estavo Williams, which I feel, of course, pretty young player, Brazilian talent.
Yeah. But he scored yesterday as well.
Yeah, he scored yesterday. You saw the goal.
Yeah, just crazy goal.
A 2 meter
Yes,
volley or
yes,
something like that.
bicycle kick.
That boy is going to do wonders.
Yeah, he is
So
definitely.
I feel Estevao Williams on the right wing is a very brilliant deal for Chelsea. You understand? And with time, Chelsea fans are really going to enjoy that deal. Because I think that guy is a sensational talent. He
Mm-hmm.
just needs time. To play more football, get more experience. So I think I should rate that signing, right?
Yeah, so I think we're going to rate the whole of their signings. When we
So
just yeah.
all right. So Estavo was good. I will just
Mm-hmm.
call the ones that was good for me, then
Yes,
rate
yes,
them. So
yes.
Estavo was good. Then Joao Pedro was one player I did not see the reason why Chelsea was signing,
Yeah,
because
no, almost
when
almost
when
everybody did not see
I
it, right?
was I was I was like, why is Chelsea signing this player? Because when they announce you are signing a particular player, what we just go on YouTube, check for highlights and all those things, try to
Best
see
of Joao Pedro.
best, try to see. But when I was checking for Joao Pedro, I did not really see anything that said that made me want the player, or made me say, okay, this player
Mhm.
was good enough for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I did not see anything like that. He was not scoring a lot of goals for Brighton and stuff. But since he got to Chelsea for the Club World Cup, their
Crazy.
friendlies,
Yeah.
and even when Premier League started right now, he has been doing wonderfully well. So I
So
think that deal was good also.
yeah.
Then another deal I felt was good was the coming back of the two midfielders. Esugo is his name, yeah, Esugo,
Yeah.
and Andri Santos. I think those are two wonderful covers for Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. So
Yes.
those deals for me were what topped it up. Then topping it up too was the Heto deal, which was backup for Cucurella. I think
Yeah.
that was brilliant too for Chelsea. So
Mhm.
what do you think about the transfers?
No, you've not talked about Leon Delap, don't you think?
So I'm calling my favorite deals.
So
I've not rated them.
oh
You
wow.
understand? So
Yeah.
these are just my favorites.
Mhm.
I don't think for Delap, right? I don't think Delap. I feel Delap still needs time. You
Mhm.
understand?
Mhm.
I like his characteristics of a number nine. This guy is a proper number
And
nine.
he's injured already.
He's
Crazy.
injured already
Wow.
for how many months?
2 months, I
Two
guess.
months.
Yeah.
So
That's why
I
Chelsea
think he
wanted to
needs
get
time.
Jackson back in, but it didn't
Yeah,
work
yeah,
out.
it
Yeah.
didn't work out. But tell me your favorite from
So
Chelsea signings.
personally, my favorite has to be for now has to be Joao Pedro because of his impact in the team. Coming in from the Club World Cup, everybody see if you want to talk about Joao Pedro in Chelsea, there's no way you can talk about him without talking about the Club World Cup because of
Yeah,
what he did. He literally won Chelsea the Club World Cup. Although
yeah,
Cole Palmer did his thing, that's Cole Palmer for you. But Joao Pedro coming into the team, a new team, no excuses,
yeah.
no nothing, just hitting the nail on the head and getting the job done, I think is actually a very superb signing for Chelsea. Then
Okay.
obviously we want to look at the youngster Estavo Williams,
Yeah.
incredible guy, skillful player. Basi posted
Brilliant.
on his socials that
Well,
this guy cooked me
this
twice.
guy, this guy, that guy fried Basi. Like what he did to Basi was massive.
Yeah. So
Basi is actually a very good defender
very very good defender,
that you
strong and
struggle to pass.
he's a very good. But Estavo Williams just made him look like a kid. And
Yeah,
I think out and out, I think the signings for Chelsea they are actually very good.
yeah,
Hopefully,
impactful.
yeah, hopefully Maresca will be able
So
to.
don't you think Chelsea will struggle, being the fact that they did not sign a goalkeeper, because that was a major concern last season? What do you think?
Well, so if I can't really say it's struggle, I think it's going to be built on the system Maresca would play. Because if you notice, for the first few games of the season, he has not tried to play from the back, and that has
Okay.
helped Sanchez a lot. Because normally Sanchez cannot play from the back. If you tell Sanchez, I beg your pardon, to pass the ball to his defender, he's
It's
definitely
a
going to
problem.
pass it to the opponent and they will
Yeah.
score. But if you look at the first few games that Chelsea has been playing, and even when you look at some of the games they played in the Club World Cup,
Yeah.
Chelsea did not try to play from the back. If that's what they are going to do this season, I think Sanchez might not
be
be in.
able to cope.
Yeah. But if they would want to play from the back, then trust me, it's going to mess up.
All right, so let's do our ranking briefly for Chelsea and
Yeah.
move to the next team. So Chelsea they brought in series of players. Dario Esugo.
Yeah.
That signing, I would rank it a 6, a 7. I'll give it a 7 because that guy is a very brilliant cover for Moses Caicedo.
Yeah.
So what are you ranking him?
Moses. So I'll just do a 5, really.
You do it. Why
Yes,
why
yes.
why that low? Have you watched that
Because
boy?
personally, I know his ability is good and stuff like that, but personally I feel Caicedo is one player that is very, very fit, and I feel he might not really have so much time to be able to prove
So
himself
what
in
if
the.
Caicedo gets injured now?
Yeah, so maybe when he gets injured, we can just look into him.
Okay.
But for now.
All right. So Kendrick Paez. So they brought in Kendrick Paez, although they loaned him to Strasbourg, their brother team or sister team, right?
Yeah.
So this deal, first of all, so this deal might pay off later, but right now I think I'm just going to be giving it a 5.
I really don't know much about this player. I'm going to be
I've
sincere.
watched him, funny enough.
Yeah.
I've watched him. He's a very good player. He was the one they were talking with Estavo, you understand, when Chelsea signed him and Estavo. But I'll give it a 5. So what are you going to give?
I'll go with you because I really don't know much.
You go with All right, so let's talk about Liam Delap. What do I give Delap? So I'll give Delap a 6.5. Now, you understand?
Yeah.
I'll give the signing of Liam Delap a 6.5 because I feel he's a really good player. 6.5 is maybe stingy on my part. But I think I'll give him a because I feel even though not this season, in coming seasons, he's going to pay off, the confidence they put in him. So what are you going to rate him?
So I would rate Delap a 6.
Oh wow!
I
thought that was
no. I would rate Delap. One of the reasons I would rate Delap is 6 is because it's like you are moving. Definitely, Delap cannot play like Jackson. Delap cannot drop down.
Drop deep.
To play like
don't
Jackson.
Need your number 9.
Yeah, good. So that's a thing. Then he plays up, and obviously he's going to be scoring a lot of the goals. So when you look at strikers like Alexander Isak, he can come deep and do a lot of this stuff. So personally, for me, signing Delap is just around the range of 6.
Mamadou Sarr, I don't know much about this guy. I just know probably he went to Strasbourg and all those things. So let me just give him a basic 5. Yeah. What will you give him?
Same.
5. Then let's go to Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro, what am I giving Joao Pedro? So for now, I'll give Joao Pedro an 8.5.
Yeah, that's good.
You understand? Because I feel that guy has been showing his impact in the Chelsea team, not just as a striker. Around, you understand? You see his creativity helps the team.
And he defends as well because
the
game against was it Fulham? There was a goal that he cleared from the goal line. Yes. That's incredible.
So what will you give him?
I will give Delap a 9.
A 9.
Yeah, because of the consistency of goals. Yeah, he has been scoring from the Club World Cup and now in the league.
All right, so that's for.
See that third goal. You see that third goal.
Pedro.
Joao Pedro. Oh, sorry, Joao Pedro. See that third goal for PSG. That was the goal that made everybody realize
that goal was massive. I don't know. That goal was very good. In fact, this guy is turning into a very clinical striker.
Yes, and he's a Brazilian, and we have a couple
Brazilian. Of them. All right, so let's go to Gittins, Jamie Gittins. For Jamie Gittins, I think he still needs time. He's a very young player.
Same. I think he needs time.
So I will just give this signing a 6 for now.
Yeah, I'll do 5.
5.
Yes.
Whoa, 5.
Because the first time I watched him, I wasn't really impressed. I think we were watching the game together.
We were watching.
I was like, this guy.
What?
Yeah, I really don't.
I think
his impact was not much, So, but we're going to be watching him closely, rather. And for now, let me just give him a 5.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Kian Best. I don't know who this guy is, so I'll just give him a 5. You know him?
Yeah. No.
Just Derry. Then let's go to Jaran Heto. Yes, Jaran Heto. So I've seen Heto, I've watched a couple of his clips and whatever, and I think he's a very good player, but he would need time, to really adapt. Get used to adapt to the Premier League style. But he has the time on his hands because, of course, he's not playing as a first team player. Yes. So wonderful. So because of the importance of this deal, when Cucurella is wanting to be rested, all those small competitions, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, that Cucurella doesn't have to play, he comes in. So I'll give the importance of this signing a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Same.
6.5, right? Yes. There's one player we don't have here, and if we miss that player, Chelsea fans, I know they would log off this video right now.
Which player?
But first of all, if you are a Chelsea fan and you like our rating so far, you can just hit the subscribe button and like this video. But that player is, guess who?
Which player is that?
Man U fans, they will be very excited if we leave this player out.
Oh my God!
So who do you think?
Alexander Garnacho.
The Argentine Messi Ronaldo.
My
You understand?
God, that
The only Argentine player I know is crazy about Ronaldo with Messi there. Who
yes,
does
yes.
that
So
really?
personally, for me, I feel Garnacho just wants to be in the world of his own,
Yeah.
And I like that about him personally because sometimes it's okay not to follow the crowd, really. Being an
Absolutely.
Argentine player and you have a player like Messi, the world best player, and you are going to support someone else. Like sometimes I wonder how it feels in the dressing room
It's crazy.
when everybody adores Messi. He does adore Messi too.
Yeah,
he gives Messi his maximum.
but it tells Messi, don't worry, I'm a
This,
Ronaldo guy.
yeah, this, and I think seeing
That,
what he did with Chelsea, just some few days for him to come to Chelsea, he already
yes.
has a tattoo of Chelsea in his hands.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy. And a lot of Manchester United fans were crying, and they are praying for him to flop. But see, don't worry. That's the same thing you guys prayed for Sancho, but it did not flop for Chelsea.
So I'll rate. I feel, me personally, I
Yeah.
feel this Garnacho deal, it's going to pay off more even than the Jamie Gittins deal.
Yeah.
Because I believe this guy is Premier League proven.
Yes.
You understand? And he's
very
pretty
good
young.
player. Very good player.
He has some numbers to his name, wonderful. So
although when he was wearing the red, I wasn't saying it was very good player.
That's one thing about football. When you see you see like a rival wearing a number, you don't get to see the beauty of their football, until they get to your team and you know that yes,
most especially when they are wearing red.
This guy is a world-class player.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Anyway, Garnacho is a good deal.
He's training already.
He's training already. I will give this deal for now a 7. You understand?
Yeah, I will give it for now a 6 because basically. He's not going to jump right into the team.
I think he's jumping right into the team.
So who is he going to replace?
The left wing is there for the taking so far, because if you notice, what's his name? Maresca has been putting this other guy, Pedro Neto, on the left, and Pedro Neto, is a right winger. So we have just put him on the left. Maresca has put him on the left just so he can. Adjust.
So what about Estavo?
Because he was not. Estavo plays the right too. So Estavo, Pedro Neto, they will battle for the right wing. You understand?
Okay.
Then Gittins and Garnacho will battle for the left wing. Then the middle, which is the number 10, you have players like Opama that can play there.
Yeah.
You understand? You have players like Joao Pedro that can play there. Then you have Estavo too that can come play the 10. All right, so talking about Tottenham, they made some. In fact, this team actually shocked me. You understand? Talking about the team that shocked me, I would say it's Tottenham Hotspur because from where they ended last season, no one would have expected that. In fact, a lot has been going on in Tottenham right now.
Yeah.
From where they ended, no one would have expected that they would do such wonderful deals. You understand? In fact, battling Chelsea for Xavi Simons. It's Chelsea fans.
It's crazy.
Chelsea fans, how do you feel about that? With Tottenham getting Xavi Simons, a player that they dreamed all transfer.
Trying to get.
But at last, Tottenham went there and sued the player. So Tottenham had a very brilliant transfer window, you understand, ending 15 or 16 last season. I think they were dragging with Manchester United 17 or so. Woo!
That's pretty low for one of the top 6.
That's pretty low, but I can. So let's talk about their players. First of all, let's start with Mohamed Kudus. What do you think about this player?
I think Mohamed Kudus is one of the finest players from Africa. Looking at the likes of JJ Okocha, Kanu Wanko, Iheanacho, and the likes. Kudus is one African player that you see is very, very skillful.
Yeah.
And, is ready to play, is ready to receive the ball. And I feel this signing for Tottenham will do them more good than bad. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing Kudus score more goals,
score more goals, because one problem Kudus had last season with West Ham was he was not scoring a lot of goals.
He was playing well.
Yeah, he was playing well. I think West Ham was going through a lot last season, and it was putting Kudus' performances low to an all-time low. Yeah. So one thing I believe is Kudus this season will get more goals, he will get more assists,
and he will be playing in the Champions League as well.
And he will be playing in the Champions League.
I'm so excited.
Wonderful. So this deal, I'm going to be rating it 7. I'm going to be giving it a 7.5 for Kudus. Yeah. Yes, 7.5.
So I will be doing 8, being that Kudus is already. He did not wait for time to settle in West Ham. He's already playing so well. Making assists,
beating Man City.
Yeah, doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah. So I'm going to be giving it a 7.5, you 8.
Yeah,
So let's go to the Zavis. Oh my God.
Xavi Simmons.
Zavis Simmons, this deal.
Personally, for me, I feel it's a
Ah.
very good choice for Simmons. Looking at he can get into the Tottenham team very easily and just stay there and do his thing. But
I think it's a better choice for even Chelsea because I was wondering how Xavi Simons with the caliber of player he is, you
mhm,
understand, that guy should be starting for any team, he's
yes,
playing for.
yeah,
And the truth about it is with Chelsea, when you are coming for the Kopama position, you are not starting, no matter who you are.
and that's where it's going for.
And
Yeah,
that was what he was coming
yeah,
for.
that's why I said it's better he moved to Tottenham because he's
Yeah.
definitely going to get
Although he
into the
can play a
team.
little bit from the left, but he's majorly a number
Yeah,
10
that would be
player.
that would be
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
players out of
playing.
their role
And you
too
know how
much.
Maresca likes to play. He likes to play wingers on the extreme.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Simmons
definitely.
really so. So I feel it's a good deal for Tottenham and
I'll be rating it a
Tottenham really.
7.
What do I rate this now? I will do a 7. I think a 7 is okay for this. I
Yeah,
think he will get some numbers of goals and assists. Then let's go to Mateus Tel. They had him on loan last season.
yeah,
Then
yeah.
they bought him this season. What do you think? How many will you rate this player?
So
I will
I'm
do
going
a
to
6
yeah,
personally.
I would actually do a 6 as well because I think he played in Europa if I can remember.
Yeah,
And
he did.
he did his bits. Looking into this season with Thomas Frank, how he's going to use
So,
him.
so do you think he's a difference maker? You understand?
Yeah,
Do you think he impacted last season to warrant the signing this season? Oh, okay. I think the loan was more of an obligation than an
to buy
option
him.
because I don't think, me personally, I don't think he impacted Tottenham enough. You
Mhm.
understand, to warrant them signing him. But I don't think he's one of the difference maker in this Tottenham team right now. What do you
Yeah,
think?
personally for me too, I think it's not one of them, but it's something
Still
to
young.
look out for. Yeah,
Yeah.
because basically where Tottenham is going to this season, Tottenham and inconsistency, they are like close friends. Hopefully this season they are going to be consistent, and if they are, then this Tell guys, he has a role to play in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to Kolo Moani. You understand? So this guy was gotten by Tottenham on deadline day.
Oh wow.
Wonderful striker. Although me personally, you understand, Kolo Moani, the times I've watched Kolo Moani, I don't think he's clinical enough. You
Okay.
understand?
Yeah.
Because you remember that chance. If you remember, do you remember Kolo Moani? You know who
Bro.
he is?
Yeah, I know who he is, but I'm not
You are not
conversant with
so
his
much.
game. Yeah.
So let me tell you, let me remind you about Colomwani. So you remember that Tottenham game, no, that Argentina France final. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? The last minute kick
Oh
in
wow.
that
Oh wow.
match.
Oh wow.
You
Yes.
remember
Yes.
one player that missed an open sitter.
Yes. I remember. I remember.
If he had, in fact, after, I don't know if he's doing well, he's
Yeah.
doing okay, but because of that chance, you understand, although I supported Argentina there, but because of that chance, I just felt like, man, if this guy was my striker, I would never forgive him for that moment. You understand?
Yes. I
Yeah,
understand where it's
because he
coming
had
from.
to either score the goal or pass it to Kylian Mbappe, and he
And he
did
missed
not.
it. Yeah.
He missed the goal. He did not pass, and Mbappe was very disappointed for
Yeah.
that chance. So I think he's a good, because Richarlison, Tottenham Richarlison, most of the time he gets injured and he has,
Richarlison did not go out. Yeah, did he?
no, he's still there for
Okay.
Tottenham,
Yeah.
but he has fitness issues every now and then.
Yes.
You understand? But for Koloman is stepping in, I think it's a very good backup for Richarlison,
Yeah.
and
Very very.
it's a good deal so far. I'm just going to be rating it 6.5. What would you rate it?
Yeah, I'll do the same too. Hopefully, Richarlison is consistent this season, and I think he's ready to play.
Mm,
In as much as I think Tottenham wanted to sell him, but he
yeah.
has proven that, man, I'm here to play. I'm here to stay, and I think Colomani would. That's his name, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Kolomoani.
Would try to struggle for his own time in the team. It's going to be a balanced thing. So I would just say like 6 would work.
Brilliant loan so far. So let's go to Joao Palina on loan. I'm surprised this guy is on loan. This guy is a very good player. You understand? I think he was the man of the match for Man City. I think Tottenham, Man City. I think he was the man of the match for
Yeah,
this guy. And
yeah.
brilliant number 4. Why did Bayern Munich let this guy go?
So personally, I'm not conversant with Vincent Company's style of play
Yeah.
in Bayern Munich. I've really not watched their games so much,
But this guy is
but
a brilliant,
yeah.
brilliant. If you know about Joao Palina, this guy is a brilliant. He breaks the game, very well, and I think it's a very good signing for although on loan, but I think it's a very so this particular signing. I'm going to be rating it a 7 for me. It's a 7 for me. Yeah. What will you rate
I
it?
will not waste time. I will just rate it a 5 because
Bro, you are going to get fried on this 5 for Paulina.
Palina. Obviously.
So Ayana, let's go to Manchester United.
Yes.
So let's go to Manchester. So let's go to Manchester United. What do you think about Manchester United so far?
I think we're just going to be looking at the ins, yeah. So Manchester United, personally, for me, this season is actually a very good
So
season.
what was sorry to cut you short? What was their problem, stepping into this season?
Their problem was everywhere. The coach, the players, the
their
fans,
their jersey,
the fans, everything. Manchester United needs to be flushed.
Needs to be
like their stadium, everything was the problem. So, but hopefully, they started working on a lot of things. So
oh boy,
let's see how it goes.
For a Manchester United team to end up 16th. Do you know how
was it 16th or 15th?
16th.
Yeah. So
do you know how bad that is?
That's the worst Manchester United side.
Ending up 7th in the league table is a terrible season for Manchester United. In fact, then those days, the days of Alex Ferguson, you understand? Mm-hmm. Manchester United ending 3rd. It's a flop season already.
Everybody's talking about.
Like, I was looking at Alex Ferguson's ratings, you understand? Like where he ended up with Manchester United for a last chunk of his season. This guy was always first, second, at worst. Third position, bad season, 3rd position. And this was the height Manchester United was previously. Coming from so much consistency to now this inconsistency. In fact, inconsistency to the next level of ending number 16 in the league. What are you building with this manager?
So I think, first of all, it's a problem when you have to change. I think Manchester United, they were not able to adapt to that change from Sir Alex Ferguson, And it has happened to a lot of clubs as well. It has happened to Chelsea when they changed from, the old owners to these new owners.
It happened, but
it happened to Arsenal changing from Arsene Wenger to So I just feel Manchester United were not able to adapt to the change, and I think it's still going to take them a lot of time to do that because
they have been in their transition era for too long, and now this last season was an all-time low. So getting to this season, you understand? Me personally, I would have expected Man U to do more on the transfer window,
Because so you think they didn't do so well?
I think majorly. So getting into the season, I felt Man U had issues with their front line. You understand? They had issues with their midfield. They had almighty.
I thought they wanted to sell Bruno to what's it called, Saudi, to just take the money and buy.
Bruno refused to go. Bro, they give that kind of money. How much did they give Bruno? I think it was 100 million a year.
That's crazy,
bro. I will leave my family and I will even take some Man U players along with me.
Go to Saudi.
We'll go to Saudi. What are you saying? What kind of love are you talking about? Anyway, so I was expecting Man U to take care of their attack. You understand, which they did. Take care of their midfield. You understand, maybe add 1 or 2 to their midfield because I think Casemiro is
too old.
It's too old. How Real Madrid scooped like 60 or 70 million from Casemiro. I wonder how Man U paid that kind of money for business there. Yeah. Good business for Real Madrid.
Casemiro is a Champions League player, so I think that's the
Champions League player is old. Yeah, so midfield then. One position Man U was going to attend to. In fact, Onana gave them a reason to attend to it again if they were actually forgetting. You understand? With that Carabao Cup performance.
Yeah.
He said, if you guys are forgetting to attend to me, don't dare forget. You understand? And he gave them the performance of the season.
Yeah.
To tell them that you need another keeper. So they needed to address, their goalkeeping position.
Yes.
Basically. And so they actually did well for the attack. You understand? So that will bring us to the kind of player they signed now. So first of all, Man U signed. Who was the first player Man U signed this season? Man U signed players like let's talk about Matheus Cunha.
Yes.
You understand? So what do you think about Matheus Cunha signing
from Wolves? I think it's a very brilliant signing for Manchester United because they actually need a player like Cunha. Watching him in Wolves, and to see the fee they bought him for, it's crazy. 62.
62.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I think I think it was more of a release clause. I think it had to be a release clause to buy Kuna for that price.
wow.
That that
That's
was
that's
that was
crazy money.
brilliant. And I was even shocked other big top six teams. You understand?
Yeah,
We're not going for this particular player. But Man did wonderfully well, to sign Kuna. Although I don't feel he has, gotten into the team very well
a lot
this
of them
season.
have not.
And that is the problem. I don't know what's wrong with Mayu. If it's now, I can't even say it's the coach because it happens every coach, every system.
Mm-hmm.
When a player comes to the team, their performance from a high just immediately goes down to
And when they
a low.
leave,
You
it's vice
understand?
versa.
And when they leave, it goes back. So for the Kuna deal, I'm going to rate it a I would have gone for a 7 point. I would rate it a 7.5 basically for Manchester United. I think it's a brilliant deal.
Yeah, I'll do 7 just to be
You
safe.
do 7
Yeah,
just
let's
to be.
let's watch him this season. Let's see what he can do.
All right, so let's go to Brian Umbuemo.
Bueno.
Woo, this guy. For the past 2 seasons in the Premier League, this guy has been a menace, if I'm pronouncing that very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this guy has been a problem in the Premier League. He's doing very well. One thing I like about him is when you look at him normally, you just feel, okay, this guy is very strong. But one thing that helps him is he's very clever, you understand?
Yeah,
Very
very, very.
smart.
Yeah.
Very, like, for the Carabao Cup match, he was kind of the smartest player, when they put him in. He was very smart, even with his strength and everything, he's very
Yeah.
smart. So I think it's a very brilliant signing for Manchester United, tackling that forward position.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be giving this particular deal also a 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's actually a very good deal for Man U. I would rate it like an 8 because I feel Mbeumo is a very good player. Watching him at Brentford and the rest, the kind of goals he scores, and coming into Manchester United, although he's still, shaky a bit, and that's because of the team, not because of his own
Yeah,
style of play. He
I think this
has,
guy will get goals and assists for
yeah,
Mayu.
sure. He's a very clinical player,
Very,
with
very,
his
very, very
sport
good.
belly. I hope he works on that. But I would rate him an 8. Yeah.
And it's okay. That's brilliant. So let's go to the third player for Manchester United up front. And who's that? Who's that?
Sesko.
Who's that?
Cisco.
Hey,
Winston
it's to the
said,
West
Senator.
Sesko. What do you think about Sesko? I think he's another hype guy.
Yeah, so I feel
If I'm really sorry, Manchester United fan, you saw how I spoke highly about Kuna and Mbuemo, but I'm sorry to bust your bubbles, guys. I don't think this Sesko deal is what you guys think.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Do you think Sesko will tear up the Premier League?
Yeah, I think he will. If Manchester United can be able to get their ass together, if Amorim can be able to get the team going, I think Sesko is a good enough player to be able to bang goals for Manchester United, and he should be given time. Premier League is not a time frame kind of league.
Nobody,
nobody really care about you. Yes,
you understand?
Nobody care about your feelings.
You don't need time. If you are going to a club like Chelsea, Man U,
just
I
go
don't
there.
know how Arsenal keeps a Martinelli.
Those guys, they are crazy.
They are patient.
Yeah,
you understand? You go to a Chelsea or a Man U, nobody gives you
whether
time.
you're a coach, whether you are a nothing.
No time.
I pray the Manchester United fans will give him time to cook but I believe.
So do you know why I feel Sesko would not tear it in the Premier League? Because first of all, he came from Leipzig.
Yeah.
And he did not tear it up there. So don't mistake me. If you watch compilation and all that, he scores some lovely goals. And that's one thing I like about Sesko.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? This guy has it in his leg. When you talk about shot power and all those things. I feel he's those kind of players that they score wonderful goals when they want to score goals, but basic finishes. So when you're talking about Erling Haaland, you understand? Erling Haaland most of the time, he doesn't score that outside the box goal that you shoot, screamer and all those things.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a striker's goal, you understand? Being in the right place at the right time, you understand? To make it loose, that's what everybody calls tapping now. But how many strikers actually do score tappings? You understand?
Not many.
Exactly. How many strikers can be in the right place at the right time? So that's the question. And that's what you need, for a striker. For a striker, wonderful. You can be like Isak, where he scores screamer and all those things. But most importantly, you must be in those positions to score easy goals.
Yeah.
You understand? But I don't think Sesko, find himself in those positions enough as a number 9.
Yeah.
And that's why he doesn't score a lot of goals. If you check last season, I don't think he scored up to 15 goals in the Bundesliga. So a player that doesn't score 15 goals in the Bundesliga, we have had different Bundesliga players coming to Premier League and they did not tear it up. We're talking about Nkunku, we're talking about Timo Werner, we're talking about this. Then even Timo Werner went to Tottenham again, he could not still tear it up. So we're talking about different Bundesliga players that did very well, you understand, but they did not tear it up in the Premier League. They are coming to a Sesko, you understand, with so much hype, because of his shot power and stuff. He did not tear it up in the Bundesliga. So why does any Manchester United fan feel that this guy will come to the Premier League and tear it up? So that's just my opinion. If you feel you have a different opinion about Sesko and you feel he's good, he's next coming of Wayne Rooney, you can just tell me in the comment section. But I don't feel Sesko will tear it up. So I'm giving this signing a 6 point. A 6, please.
Okay,
6.
I'll do a 7.
You do a 7?
Yes. Because I believe he's going to do so well. I pray, not prayer, bro. You can't pray for that. I hope Manchester United midfielders are clinical enough this time around to help him, because normally we blame the striker some of the times. If you look at Manchester United, they always find a way to get the ball to Haaland.
Yeah.
It's different from every other team. If Manchester United can play around Sesko, I feel is going to get a lot of goals. The same thing for Chelsea, because Delap is still that kind of player that you have to give the ball. So I'll give him a 7.
So talking about Man U goalkeeping position, remember I talked about how they needed Onana, gave them a reason, to he gave them
to drive him.
Yes, to drive him. He was like, in that match, Onana vowed that Man U, I will destroy you if you guys don't let me go. Lose me and let me go. Which was what he did, you understand? And he did it brilliantly well, because tell me how Onana, they were playing against a League 2 side, you understand? And he could not save penalties. It was just like he was pretending to want to save the penalties, but he wasn't saving it. How many penalties his hand will touch it?
Yeah.
You understand? But he will not get to the penalty. So what do you have to say about
Onana? I feel personally, for me, I feel very sad for Onana, because he's an African player, an African goalkeeper. I felt he would be able to do well at Manchester United.
What happened to Onana? Because before the season, Onana came to Manchester United. Onana was one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He played in the Champions League final.
Yes, and he was very good as well.
He was very good. Ball playing, everything.
Yeah.
Until Mayu happened to him.
But
Mayu happened to Onana. So anyway, Onana...
Manchester United, they are very lucky with this signing.
Yeah, they signed Seny Lemens.
Lemens. Is it Lemens?
Guys, I'll put my money that if you are trying to correct me right here, you two, don't check any video or don't check any... You cannot pronounce the name either. You understand? But Seny Lemens, you understand?
What if this guy flops in Manchester United?
Well, we'll have to see that.
And Onana is out already.
We said he's a very good keeper, so we'll have to see that.
Is Onana out?
No, Onana is still there. Oh.
It's going to be like the 4th choice or something.
Onana is sitting there very well. So this because of the importance of this position, you really needed these positions, because there are 2 goalkeepers. The keeper that has been keeping in Premier League this season, that guy has been pretty average. Look at the goal he considered against Arsenal. Just a cheap push, from the Arsenal player, and it just gave way. You understand? So I feel this is a very wonderful signing for Manchester United, and Mayu, brilliant signing. I'm going to be rating this an 8. This is my first 8.
Oh wow!
I think so.
For this goalkeeper, you know him so well.
No, I don't know. Not because I know him so well, but because of the importance of the position. Bro, Onana vowed to destroy Mayu, and buying a replacement for Onana is actually a very brilliant deal. So I give him an 8 because of the importance of the position.
Personally, for me, I'm not happy with this signing, because I always want to see Onana in the middle of the sticks for Manchester United. I feel
more like an entertainment.
Yeah, no. I feel Onana is a very good goalkeeper. I feel Onana is one of the best goalkeepers that Manchester United has ever gotten.
Okay.
Yeah. So bringing another goalkeeper and having Onana to go and sit in the bench, I think is a disgraceful stuff for Manchester United. And I know surely they are going to regret bringing another goalkeeper to replace Onana. And I pray they regret it. And I want them to cry because personally for me, I don't see any goalkeeper in the no, I'm for real. I'm being realistic now. I don't see any goalkeeper in this world that is better than Andre Onana. The stats are there. This guy, the game against Grimsby, it was almost saving the penalties. Like
almost.
Yeah.
On a good day, he would have saved how many penalties?
Right? How many goalkeepers would have their hands touch 3 to 4 to 5 penalties?
Bro, there is nobody that hates Man U like you do. Please. There's nobody that hates Man U.
And I want to say this. I'm saying this now in this video, yeah? This guy will not outperform Onana, and Onana is going to come back to keep for Manchester United.
We all hope so.
Yes.
All right, so that's for Onana. Man did some wonderful deals, but I still feel Man did not do enough. You understand, in this transfer window.
I'm rating that goalkeeper 5. I don't like him.
So I think Man did not do enough. Looking at what other teams in the Big Six did, I think everybody else outdid Man U. Yes. Manchester United. So I think they would have done better, being that they finished 16th, bro. They would have went all out. If there was a transfer window where Manchester United was supposed to go all out,
it was this one.
It was this season. So just imagine what Chelsea did last season. Last season, Chelsea almost sold their full squad. They even won them Champions League. Yeah. And I was thinking this season that was what Manchester United was supposed to do, going all out. You understand? But they did not do that basically. Yeah. So Up next, we'll go to Manchester City. You understand? Another city in Manchester.
Yeah.
All right. In fact,
this is the first time in a while where Manchester United is above Manchester City in the table. Yeah. Bro. So that's why. Who took them there? Was it not Onana? I don't want to talk about this Onana matter. Let's just.
You don't fry my just one video. Guy, my fans, I'm the Mayu guy. So drop an L for Mr. Sam in the comment section. But anyway, let's go to Man City. Man City made some brilliant signing. Going into the season, I felt Man City, they were supposed to take care of their defensive problems. You understand? Their right back and left back, they were supposed to take care of those problems. You understand? Then they had problems in the mid. In fact, Man City had problems everywhere.
Yes,
you understand? They had problems in the midfield also, where the likes of Bernardo Silva, is far gone. Yeah. He's old. Kevin De Bruyne, you understand?
He's gone to Napoli.
That guy has left now to Napoli. So
Rodri,
the problem with Rodri, right? So they needed to tackle midfield issues. You understand? Then also they needed to tackle some attacking issues also, like in the wing, especially the right wing. Yeah. You understand? I don't know why. There's one thing with Pep Guardiola I'm still wondering. Let me know what you think. I don't know why. What's his name? Doku is not a starter in Manchester in Man City. Why is that guy not good enough?
So I believe Pep does not like those kind of players. You would see the same thing with Grealish, and there's a difference between you see a player like Cole Palmer. Yeah. You cannot tell Cole Palmer how to play. Right? Yeah. It's the same thing with the likes of Doku, although they play separately and stuff like that. But it's the same with the likes of Doku and Grealish. Yeah. I think Pep is restricting those players so much. He's always keeping them on the edge, and he's more or less like using them to. Doku will never want to. It would be turning. Okay, is it that you are crossing, or you are passing, or you are dribbling through someone? But Pep does not seem to complain about it. So maybe that's exactly what he wants them to do. So. Me personally, I feel Doku should leave Manchester. It's too late already.
Man City.
City, rather.
So first thing, we are going to the midfield player Pep Guardiola signed. You understand, which is from AC Milan for 46 million pounds. So Tijani
Rangers. I think there's a wedding.
Yes, Rangers or something like that. But that guy is actually a very brilliant player because.
I don't know him.
Yeah, that guy has made his mark already in Manchester City. You see the first match he played, he
made his mark.
Yes, he has made
his mark. Yeah.
His mark, yeah. The first match he played for Manchester City, he scored a goal, you understand, and assisted, dropped an assist for Manchester City. And in preseason here and there, he has been showing what he can do for Man City. And I think basically this guy, is what should I say is what Manchester City needed, but I think he'll make an impact in Manchester City. So me basically I'm going to be rating him a 7.5.
Okay. Being that he scored, was that his first game of the season?
Yeah, the first game of this season, the first Premier League game was the first game of this
Oh
season.
wow! And he
So
scored on
he
his
he
debut
scored and
for Premier League.
assisted. Although they have lost the next two games.
I think that's very good from a player like that. Being that you are just coming into the Premier League and obviously
He scored
yeah.
for a
So
midfielder too.
yeah, so I'm going to rate him a 6 as well.
You will rate him a 6?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
no problem. So let's go to Ryan Cherki. And guys, the thing about Ryan Cherki is this guy is, do I say highly underrated? But of course, I have a problem with him going to the Guardiola system because when you get to Guardiola system, you must play football in a certain way. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? And the system, I don't know, for a coach like Guardiola that was able to, take Lionel Messi to
Sorry.
the next level,
Yeah,
you understand? How come other skillful players, you understand, they don't seem to do very well under Pep Guardiola?
I think Messi is in the bracket of his own, really.
Pep Guardiola is strictly on
Mm,
tactics,
yeah, yeah,
strictly a system coach. You understand? You
yes.
must pass, 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 pass.
So personally, for me, Messi worked for Pep. I would even say yeah, Messi worked for Pep, not Pep working for Messi, because obviously Messi is not in the bracket of all these other players. These
Yeah, sure.
guys, in fact, I want to believe, I cannot say for a fact, but I want to believe that if Pep should give Messi an instruction and Messi goes on that pitch and sees that the things are not going as planned, I don't
Yeah.
know if you understand. I believe Messi can take up the responsibility and do something,
Do something by himself. Yeah,
and
he
it's
did it how
different.
many times?
Yes, it's different from these other guys. They just cannot do that, because if Pep tells you do this
You
and
must
you
do
are,
it.
yes, even if it's not working,
You must do it.
you have to do it. There was a time
That's
Kevin
it's
De
true.
Bruyne was Pep had to change him for the game, and
Yeah.
Kevin was very, very angry, and Pep was trying to explain to him. But I feel what Kevin was trying to tell Pep was, what you're telling us is obviously not working, but obviously it's Pep Guardiola, you
So
want to
that's
listen.
that's Pep for you. So that's why signing a player like me, if there's a player I actually like, I really do like this Ryan Cherki because
Yeah,
if you have watched this guy is a baller, complete baller, Ryan Cherki. So I feel he's a great
and
player.
seeing the money they brought him
Yeah,
in
but
for, I
the
think,
money was pretty low. That makes him really underrated.
yeah,
You understand? So he was a Lyon player and he came to Manchester City, just for 34 million pounds.
yeah,
But I feel I don't know what to say about Ryan Cherki because he's playing under Guardiola. Is he a good player? Yes, he is.
mm-hmm.
Do I like him? Absolute baller. You understand? But
Mm.
I'm worried about how he'll be used in the Pep Guardiola system. So
Mm-hmm.
if he's used very well, I feel this guy will be very good in the Premier League. But
Yeah,
I don't know if he will be one of the victims of Pep Guardiola, the likes of Grealish, the likes
yeah,
of probably I will even say Doku
yes,
being
yes,
boxed up and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So I feel this signing, me basically already signing a 7, right?
Okay.
I will rate it a 7.
Personally, for me, I would just do a 6 for it. In fact, I would want to rate all Pep Guardiola's signing this season is 6, because I don't feel Pep missed it. Should I tell you where Pep missed it?
Well,
Pep missed it when he sold Cole Palmer to Chelsea. That was the biggest because
but it
the
happens.
yeah, no, definitely it does happen, but you are looking at a team and you're also looking at the future,
But
right?
do you know why? Do you know why
You
this
cannot
this
sell the future of a team. Cole
yes?
Palmer was supposed to be the
Do you
future
know
of
why this
Manchester
this
City.
Kopama's dealing was really annoying?
Yeah.
You understand? Because talking about, of course, Kopama, you could see glimpses. Now, the same thing happened. Let's talk about Liverpool, Rio Ngumuha,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Ngumuha, right? Rio Ngumuha and Kopama. Let's say they are in the same boxes, but the difference between them is that Kopama showed what he could offer in
Yeah.
Manchester City. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Over and over
This
again.
Ngumuha was a young player, you understand. There was no space for him to come up to
Mm-hmm.
try him if he was
Mm-hmm.
good, and he needed to leave. You
Yes.
understand? So that's a different scenario. But Kopama scored, I think he scored in
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 Super
in
Cup.
in in a Champions League semi-final or quarter-final, something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Scored in the Super Cup final, scored in the Community Shield
Shield.
final.
Yes.
So this guy was brilliant the time they brought him in, but I don't know what came to Guardiola's mind. It was like
And I think they will pay for it. They've not
they
even started losing. me personally, I feel Manchester City is not going to be the same Manchester City. These signings for me are nothing like I don't feel they are very, very good signings that Pep can work with.
All right. So itinerary is there.
Yeah.
Ryan itinerary is there. They sign him. Me, I'm going to give him this signing a 6. You
Yeah.
understand? I feel he's a good player, but I'm just going to give it a 6. He signed Bessileni from Chelsea as a backup signing. I will give it a 5 because I felt they had a very good backup goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
if they signed Donnarumma, then why? So then you have Donnarumma. You said you have already given everybody a 6. So
Yes,
that's why I'm
except yeah.
what
So
of Donnarumma?
I intentionally did not say Donnarumma then because I wanted us to come to him. Yeah.
So tell me about Donnarumma.
Donnarumma should be in every goalpost in the Premier League because that guy is one of the best goalkeepers. I wonder
What are they
how.
saying that guy is not good
I
as
wonder
a ball
how.
playing goalkeeper? What
I wonder
nonsense is that?
how Cole Palmer did it in the Club World Cup final. Like
Buried him.
Cole Palmer destroyed him. But I feel Donnarumma is a very good goalkeeper. He's very tall. He knows how to come for those area balls. There are a lot of goalkeepers that are very shy. Those area balls, they don't want to come for it. But Donnarumma is different.
Correct me if I'm wrong. One problem I've seen with tall goalkeepers,
Yeah.
you understand, is going down.
Yeah, it's quite hard because
it's quite difficult.
Yeah, they are far from the ground.
Yes,
Yeah,
going down is quite difficult. And that was what Kopama used for Donnarumma. Like twice,
Crazy.
Identical goals, just down.
Yeah,
if he raised it a little bit,
he will save it.
He will save that ball. So, but
I'm going to be rating Donnarumma a very good 8.
Okay.
I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper.
I think I should give this guy an 8 also. I think this guy will really help Manchester City this season.
I'm still shocked that PSG sold him. I cannot believe my eyes.
Some coaches saying they are trying just too much. Seriously.
And they sold him embarrassingly.
Yes,
they did not allow him to play the Super Cup final.
What are you doing?
And all those kind of stuff. Just let the man play and do his thing. Yeah.
So I feel that was very disappointing from PSG. But what do we have? So let's go to I think the final team, right?
Yes.
If I'm saying that right. No, not the final team. We still have Arsenal. We still have Arsenal and Liverpool.
Oh my God!
All right, let's do the second to the first.
Yeah, Arsenal.
What do you think? What do you think will be second to the first? It had to be Arsenal, right?
Yeah, they had to be the one.
Yeah, we have to give Arsenal their position. So Arsenal made some good signing. They did so going into this season, some places I felt Arsenal would tackle. You understand? First of all, Arsenal, they are, so me personally, I feel Arsenal, they are the most defensive team in the league. You understand? This is to beat Chelsea many years ago when it was John Terry under Mourinho,
and they criticized Chelsea at that time
too. Criticized Chelsea for being defensive, but Arsenal's defenders right now, they are, when you talk about locking, if you want to pack the box, give it to Arsenal, they will do it very well. So I did not think they had a problem with their defense. They just needed, maybe one more midfielder, which they got. Then they needed also some attackers, which also they got. So I think Arsenal did brilliant signings this summer.
Yeah.
You understand? So let's go to the signings Arsenal did. First of all, Arsenal signed Kepa Arrizabalaga. Oh my God.
Arrizabalaga. It's almost clap as I mentioned that.
You are a legend, bro. I'm not sure that guy people pronounce your own name.
Yeah, funny enough.
Like that name is massive.
So what do you think about the signing?
What do I think about the signing? I'm just going to give it a 5 because I don't think they sign him as their main.
No, it can never be.
Raya is still doing well for them, so I'll just give it a 5. You understand? Then let's go to what will you give it?
Same 5.
5, right? So let's go to Martin Zubimendi. What are you going to do from Real Sociedad?
It's crazy. The fee as well. I just saw the fee.
Yeah, I think this guy is a very good signing for us now. And me personally, I'm going to give him this signing a 7. Yeah,
I'll do 7 too.
Yeah, I'll do 7 for us now. Then let's go to so we go to the talk of the moment.
Let's just do the big ones there.
All right, so let's go to Gyökeres. Gyökeres. So Gyökeres, what I think about Gyökeres, yeah. This guy was in the past 2 seasons talking about brilliance. You understand? This guy was brilliant. Now, you see what I was talking to you about Sesko? When I said Sesko did not conquer the league he was coming from. You understand? Let alone coming to conquer Premier League. But with Gyökeres, this guy damaged that league. You understand?
Yeah.
He damaged the league he was coming from, like total damage
So Gyökeres
for the 2 seasons.
Yeah, Gyökeres for Arsenal. I think Arsenal signed Gyökeres at the very wrong time.
Okay, why?
Yes, because they signed a striker that needs creative midfielders, and now Arsenal are struggling to create
chances.
There was a time where Arsenal was playing and they would score 3-4 goals in a
Yeah.
game. I think that was like 2 seasons ago, not even the one that just passed. But
Yeah.
right now, that time they needed a striker, but now they don't get striker now. Nobody to create. Hopefully, AZ that just came in will be able to do something and the likes, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Gyökeres is going to struggle in Arsenal because they are not going to create chances for him. And he's not that type of striker that can move down and get the ball and move forward and score a goal. He's not going to do that.
So do you think they'll prioritize Kai Havertz to Gyökeres?
There was a time we were watching a game and I told you that Arteta would play Kai Havertz over Gyökeres. You should know that man already. See, Arsenal fans, hopefully this year you will still tell him again next season, Netflix FC and stuff like that. Arteta cannot win a trophy for Arsenal. I've said it over and over again because right about now they are the highest spender in the Premier League, over $1 billion. You know, some months ago everybody was laughing at Chelsea. Chelsea is signing everybody. They're saying Liverpool is doing this. Now Arsenal is the one on it, and they still cannot do anything with it.
So Gyökeres, what are you rating him?
Gyökeres, I feel Gyökeres is a fantastic player, so I'm going to be rating him separately, not because he's in Arsenal or stuff, but I will rate the signing a 7 for me.
I'll rate the signing a 7.5 because I felt Arsenal really needed an attacker, a clinical attacker
that they will not use, but no problem.
You understand? No, I feel they will use Gyökeres because Gyökeres is actually a very good. Although it depends on.
So that's what I'm saying. Yes,
Gyökeres is a very good, and the signing of AZ right now
would help. That's like where the team they go.
So I think I will rate Gyökeres 7.5.
Yes,
you understand. And why it came even low to 7.5 is because I don't think Arsenal creates enough chances. You understand?
No, they're very.
Gyökeres is the kind of signing that you put at 9 rating. You
understand? Straight up there.
But of course, Arsenal, I'm hoping you guys prove me wrong. You understand?
Yeah.
So let's go to the next player here, which is Noni Madueke.
So Madueke is one of the best wingers in the world. I don't care what anybody have to say about it. Yeah. There's no winger. Even Saka. No. Saka. I would rather play Madueke than play Saka.
You know, when I was where we were the other day, I was hearing one Arsenal fan saying Madueke is better than Saka.
Madueke better than Saka. That guy knows football. Madueke is better than Saka, bro. What does what does Madueke played for Chelsea and he carried the Conference League? What does Saka carried?
Okay, he carried the Conference. I thought you were saying what club?
No,
he left.
Yes, he left. And
who does that kind of?
Funny enough, I don't know, but
you are leaving to Arsenal. You are leaving opportunities.
Yes, that's to tell you how big of a player he is. He's telling you that I'm going to Arsenal to carry the Champions League. Same thing Saka and the rest have not done.
It's massive. So I feel Madueke is a very good player, to deputize.
Did you see what he played in his first starts for Arsenal? It was the only
deputy to Bukayo Saka.
Bro, what was going to happen?
That's why I actually feel it's a brilliant sign.
What was going to happen? Arsenal fans will start telling you that they prefer Madueke. Just watch,
bro.
He was the only attacking minded player in the game against Liverpool.
It will happen for Pluto, not
let's see how it goes.
You understand? But I think it was a brilliant signing because it was a good deputy for Bukayo Saka, and I'm going to be rating that signing.
But I don't like that deputy you're saying.
Bro,
Madueke is the right winger of Arsenal Football
Club. What are you telling me? So
Saka is lying down somewhere on a bed with his leg raised high.
That's why it's a deputy.
No, Saka is the deputy. The deputy is the person that is not on seat.
Okay, no problem. So what are you rating him?
10. Una go cry.
Arsenal, bro, guy.
I never say anything.
All right,
Una go weep.
no problem.
By the way,
So let's go to the next position. You understand? See, the truth about what's happening is, and tell
my
me you
God.
are a Chelsea fan without telling me you're a Chelsea fan. You understand that kind of vibe, right? So let's go to Eberechi.
Yes,
Eberechi Eze.
our brother from Imo State.
Yeah. Eze, what do you think about this signing from Crystal Palace?
Fantastic. You see, when Arsenal wanted to sign Eze, I was very worried. I was like, come on, not this guy.
Think about some seasons ago where you had Eze, Eberechi Eze, and what's this boy in Bayern Munich now? Olise.
Yeah.
Eberechi Eze and Olise in one team. Those guys.
Crazy guys. And they held up Crystal Palace very strongly.
Yeah, they did very well.
Mateta,
right? So Eze going to Arsenal, I think that deal is very brilliant, you understand? Because Arsenal actually needed the creativity. Just imagine Arsenal playing Liverpool, during the weekend. I was wondering,
I'm confused.
Why is Eze not starting?
It's a shame.
You understand? Why is Eze not starting?
This is a Premier League proven player. It's not like he's just coming from another league.
And it's not like he has played matches for Crystal Palace.
He has played 2 games already for Crystal Palace.
So why is he not starting?
Arteta is, I don't know. Arsenal fans,
you needed that creativity. Me personally, I think Arsenal needed that creativity in that match. You understand? Which Martinelli,
they would have defeated Liverpool if they had.
Yes, now which Martinelli was. You could see that when Eze got into position, he was getting some chances. Which Martinelli originally would not get.
Yes.
One player, I just think, I don't know how. If it was Chelsea or another big team, he would have been swooped out immediately. It's Martinelli. I don't see what Martinelli does for us now. Seasons to seasons. You understand? I don't see what he does for us.
Arteta loves him, so
yeah. So basically, we are going to see Eze. For me, it's a brilliant deal. I'm going to give it another 8. You understand?
I would say a 9.
A 9.
Yeah, I love Eze.
Have you given anybody a 9 here?
I give Noni 10. I give Noni 10.
All right, Eze 9. Wonderful. In fact, I think that's like their major signings. You understand, for us now. So that's their major signings for us now. So let's go to Premier League kings right now. The champions of last season. Because they are going to be dethroned this season.
So they are still the champions.
So it doesn't matter. They will be dethroned this season.
So
Liverpool, you are going down this season. Although right now it's not seeming like that, because it seems like these guys. I don't know a team that won the Premier League and signed the kind of signing Liverpool did.
Crazy.
What kind of?
That's to tell you that the coach knows what he's doing, right?
The coach,
he understands that Klopp had a very good team.
Yeah.
And when he came in, he looked at it and he's like, okay, this is a very good team.
Yeah.
There's no need for me to. That's the thing. When you come somewhere, I used to tell people, it's okay sometimes when you see that something is working. It's okay to just go with the tide, not try to always want to influence and do your thing. And that's exactly what he did. He saw that Klopp had a very good team, and the team is working fine. You have Salah, you have Van Dijk, you have everybody, Diaz and the rest. Use them, carry league. He don't do that one now.
Brilliant.
So this is the time now to just
for his team.
But
building his team, I think it's too much for the Premier League to handle.
No, I don't think it's too much. I think Klopp. What's his name? What's the coach again?
Slot.
I think Slot.
That man is a slot.
Slot is making a mistake at this moment. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
You cannot be the champions. One thing that we know Liverpool for is that defense.
Yeah.
And this season, that defense has been a shithole.
And they were not able to complete the signing of Gui.
It's crazy, yeah. Which would have from Crystal Palace.
For me, looking at it very well, okay, except for injury, I think that would have been a better signing than even this Isak they signed right now,
No.
Yes, because they needed defensive solidity. Okay, just look at their first 2 matches. Let me give you an example. Look at their first 2 matches. They have not had problems scoring goals, right? What they have been having problem is their defense. So they will still, with Isak, of course, they will still score goals. So are you not telling me all the matches they will play, they will have to outscore teams? You understand?
I think that's what they are going to do this season.
Outscore teams.
And that's very bad. That's why I'm telling you that the signing for Liverpool is.
But you can't win the Premier League with a bad defense.
You can't. You can't win the Premier League with a bad defense, bad attack, bad midfield, bad goalkeeper. You cannot do that.
You can win the Premier League with a good defense and an average attack. You understand? Because of course, good defense. we have teams that have won Premier League with a good defense now. We
Conceding less
definitely
goals.
conceding less goals. It's very well. For slots, he signed some wonderful. In fact, of course, we are going to team of the season. Via what's it called, signings. But for slots, I think brilliant for his signing is an understatement. You understand? This guy
Why
signed
did they sign this
wonderful.
Florian
So
Wirtz
first of all, in midfield, but I thought that was too much. You understand? The price they paid for Wirtz was too much. But the Sunflower Wirtz, you understand, wonderful player from Germany. You understand? He played in Bayern Leverkusen,
Yeah,
and this guy
it was
was
part of
one of the star players in
Alonso's.
Bayern.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the star players. So he was brilliant, and he was signed for 116 million pounds, bro. Do you think this player is worth it?
I don't think so.
No. I don't think he was
I
worth it.
don't think so.
He was
But
a good player,
let's
top at most 70, 80 million
yeah.
was brilliant
And
for
so
him.
I
But
think personally, Bayern Leverkusen just did brilliantly that season. I don't really think it has to do with a particular player. The likes of Boniface were there as well. And
so me, basically, I'm going to be rating this signing 6.
I'll do a 6 too. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to Hugo Ekitike.
Yes.
You understand? So this guy started brilliantly. Although, when I saw what he did in his previous league, I did not really think he would come up to tear up the Premier League. But he has started brilliantly so far. And me, if I'm to rate this deal, I'm going to be rating it an 8 because of the way he has started. Because most players, when they come to the Premier League, they need time to adjust, and stuff. But this guy has proven to us that he doesn't need that time to adjust. He's here to bang the goals, and that's what he has been doing. So I'm going to be rating him 8. What will you rate him?
So Ekitike, for me personally, I feel I like the way he started the season. He understands the Premier League to be a very physical league,
Yeah.
and he's actually doing his part with the physicality. I saw him in the Arsenal game. He was everywhere, tackling, doing all he needed to do.
Yeah.
It's just that I couldn't get a goal for that particular game. But I feel Ekitike is going to be a handful for most of the Premier League defenders,
Yeah.
and he's going to score a lot of goals because Liverpool definitely they do score a lot of goals.
Yeah. So you're
I would
rating
rate him in an 8. An 8.
8 too.
Yeah.
So what
I
of
like him.
Jeremy Frimpong? Jeremy Frimpong, they sold Anand,
Trent.
Trent. Then they bought Jeremy Frimpong. So that signing, of course, it was a direct replacement signing.
Yeah.
And me, I would just
but
give
not,
it a 6.5.
Yeah, not on the quality. Trent is way better than
Definitely.
that Frimpong
So
guy.
what are you rating that?
I'll just do a 6.
Okay, so if you are doing a 6, let's talk about they sold Trent, of course. Let's talk about Isak.
Yeah, Isak. Personally, for me, I really did not like the way the signing of Isak came about. I actually don't know the backstory concerning Isak wanting to leave his 3-year contract and all
but
this
he
kind
said
of
he
stuff.
had this gentleman agreement thing. When is it going to stop?
I know be
in the Premier League?
gentleman like that.
A lot of you have a lot of not just in the Premier League. You have a lot of players coming out, to talk about they had gentleman agreements. Ademola Lookman, gentleman agreement. Victor Osimhen, gentleman agreement. So everybody's having a gentleman agreement with the club when it's not on the terms. You guys should sign it on the contract.
Yeah.
Gentleman agreements will never work. You understand? Because the club will do what
I
is
think
best
Newcastle just knew that if this guy does not go, he will not be able to play for us and we can just lose that money. So let's just get
they
the money.
just cashed in. Yeah. So
but I think it's a brilliant signing for Isak himself because he wants to be in that. My concern is, why are you leaving Newcastle? They are in the Champions League. They are playing.
But yes,
I think the Champions League or Europa.
Yeah, they're in the Champions League.
Wow.
You understand? So I understand where you're coming from, but the truth about it is that he needed, to be closer to winning trophies. You understand? You cannot compare yourself being in Liverpool and being in Newcastle talking about trophy winning. So he needed a team that was closer to winning trophies. Liverpool just won the Premier League, and they can go ahead to win the Premier League next season. And this guy is already in his peak years. You understand?
Yeah.
So I think the club did what was best for them, and him also as a player, he did what was best for him. But that's basically what we have right now. And
what was Isak rating? You didn't rate it.
Okay, Isak rating, I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think it's a brilliant, it's a no-brainer for Liverpool.
That sign
8.5.
I'll do 8. Yeah, I feel it's actually very good, but I'll do 8.
Yeah. So who is your signing of the season? Early guesses for the signing of the season. Who do you think it is?
So my signing of the season has to be, this player is a very wonderful player, plays from the wing, I feel he has all what it takes to do so well in the team that he signed for. And my signing of the week has to be Noni Madueke because I feel
Sign of the season, bro.
signing of the season has to be Noni Madueke because I feel Noni, Noni, that's my signing of the week.
That's
No, of the whatever window or
of the
something.
window. All right. So for me, I'm going to give early signings. It might change. You
Mm-hmm.
understand during the season, but early signings I will give to Joao Pedro. You understand, Joao
Mm-hmm.
Pedro of Chelsea. Because they're already making his mark. Isak can come in and tear things off and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But I will give it to Joao Pedro. Then I also Ekitike is somebody that is also doing very well,
Yeah, I
which
like
can
Ekitike.
come up in the next second. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all we
No, so
have.
you have let's rank like who do you think had a better window?
Who do I think had a bit? Of course, Liverpool. I think
Liverpool had a
Liverpool.
better
Yeah,
window.
yeah. In fact, saying Liverpool because they did not sign a defensive player.
So I was
Yeah,
actually trying
yeah.
to.
Saying Liverpool. So who do I think had a
No, Mario,
better
let's do
window?
this right. Let's do gold, silver, and bronze.
Okay.
Who are you putting in bronze? Oh, out of Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, blah blah blah. Who are you putting in bronze?
So for bronze, of course, I'm going to put Man U. You understand?
Man
I'm
U in
putting Man
bronze.
U in bronze because I felt they would have done more. The
Okay.
signings they made was actually brilliant. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But
Mm-hmm.
I felt they would have done more because of where they ended last season. They would have
Yeah.
done. Just look at Tottenham signing almost everybody.
Yeah.
You understand? I feel they would have done more. So I'm going to put Man U in bronze.
Any other person in bronze?
No, I think just Man U in
Okay, you
bronze.
go to silver.
Then silver. Oh, this is tricky. So I'm putting Tottenham Hotspur in silver.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm putting So the reason why I'm even thinking of this Liverpool thing is Liverpool had a brilliant transfer,
Mm-hmm.
but that
So I
defensive
think what we are
problem.
calling brilliant transfer is in terms of the finances. Is that because
No,
everybody's
not
saying
in terms of
Liverpool had a good
not.
transfer. I think they're rating it with the amount they spent.
They bought big players also,
Okay.
but I just
So this
so
rating has
so
to be
the reason.
fixing the problem. What
Yes,
they are
fixing the
signing,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, is
yeah.
it
So
fixing the
the
problem?
reason why I'm not putting Liverpool in a gold, right,
Mm-hmm.
is because they did not fix a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the major problems, they did not fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Although they fixed problems up front.
Yeah.
If we're talking about problems up front, they needed a left winger, which they did not get. You
Yeah.
understand? Because I
And they
know,
sold Diaz.
and they sold Diaz, then of course resting the soul of Jota
Jota.
also.
Yeah.
So they needed a left winger, which they did not get. So talking about fixing problems, I don't think they strictly fixed problems
Mm-hmm.
of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm putting them in the
Silver.
silver. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Then
Anybody else in
also,
silver?
no. I think the rest should be gold.
And
The
that's
likes of Arsenal. Arsenal fixed their problems. Chelsea fixed a lot of their problems.
mm-hmm.
Then Tottenham too also fixed their problems. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put
Man City.
the Man City. No, Man City has to be in silver. Man City
Okay.
can't go to gold. I'll put Man City in silver because they still have defensive issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy Rodri, is not seemed to be fully fit
No, Rodri is
already
not.
because
No.
I think he
Rodri.
played the last game as well. I was shocked to see him on the pitch.
Yeah,
Like
he's back.
I was like, Rodri is on this pitch and they are losing to Brighton. That's incredible. So my ratings definitely bronze is Manchester United, and I still feel Man City did not do so well in the window, so I'm still going to put them in the bronze.
Okay, understandable.
Then for Tottenham goes to silver because the kind of signings they made and even the coach. I feel the coach coming in is actually a very, very good
Daniel
addition to the team.
Levy, I thought it was their owner, but he has left the
Yeah,
club.
yeah,
That's massive.
yeah.
So you
Crazy.
put them in silver.
Yeah, I think they should fall
What
in that
about
silver.
Arsenal?
I feel Arsenal is in gold because this is a season where Arsenal cannot give excuses. We do not have this, we do not have that. You guys have everything in this world. Even Arteta said they should remove the roof from your stadium so that you people can win games. Yeah. And I think Chelsea as well. Chelsea would be in gold because
The fixed problems.
yeah, the fixed
fixed
problem.
issues.
So what we thought would be a problem for Chelsea, it's not about changing the goalkeeper, it's about changing the system.
The system, which they did.
Yeah, which they did. So I think that worked. And who else is there? That's it. Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Did I talk about Liverpool?
No. Where
So
do you put Liverpool?
I would put Liverpool in silver because I feel like maybe if Slot changed the system, his defense is going to be better because going 2-0 up and almost losing the game not once but twice is disastrous for the Premier League. When you meet these big teams like Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United,
Yeah.
then so I would put them in silver as well. So that's the ratings.
All right, guys. So tell me what you think about our ratings. You understand in the comment section, the one you feel were right, the names you felt we skipped, and
Yeah.
whatsoever you felt. I know Man U fans right now and Arsenal fans, they are pretty angry with somebody right now, but we're just going to leave it like that.
Mary, they can also do the gold, silver, and bronze thing in the comment
Yes,
section.
on the
Yeah.
comment section, you can even drop your ratings. You understand?
Yeah.
If you love to drop your ratings, and tell me what you think about your team transfer window. Let me know the team you support under the comment section. And guys, one thing is, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to match the vibe, because we're going to be bringing you crazy content. I promise you have seen nothing yet. You understand? So expect some things, expect crazy vibes.
Crazy
from
reaction,
Mr.
fan
Myri
reaction,
and
Sammy,
Sam.
and
Yeah,
from a lot of other guys,
and
really.
from a lot of other guys. So guys, see you in our next video. Subscribe.